So we are very pleased to welcome Axelle Lemaire, Secretary of State of Digital Affairs. Thank you for joining us this morning. It will be a nice day. I'll give you also the official name tag. It's not mandatory for you. So I leave. Cool. Yes, I leave you the mic. The stage is for you.
Thank you, Olivier. Good day, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Paris. I'm sorry I'm late. I had another meeting, but I'm also French, so I had to be late. I've got quite a formal keynote speech. I'm afraid I'm a little impressed, so I will have to deliver my formal speech. That's not what I normally do, but I think it's serious business here, so I'd rather be serious myself. It's a pleasure. I'll stand up because this is just too French to remain seated. It's a huge pleasure for me to be here for this special day, for this special France Digital Day that aims to become an unmissable event of the European digital scene and is already a high point of the French Tech Fest, which lasts throughout the month of June. You may know that we used to have La Fête de la Musique, the music fest in France throughout the country. We now have the French Tech Fest as well. France is a talent-rich country, especially when it comes to digital matters. Our developers, our creators, our designers are sought from all around the world. Our startups compete with their US counterparts in many sectors, from e-commerce to IoT to robotics to online marketing. Our universities, our schools are among the best in the world. Our local governments are rising to the challenge of providing very high-speed broadband with private operators, and this is allowing France to become one of the best connected countries in Europe, and that counts when it comes to competitiveness of companies. Our world, as you know, and you're in the best position to know, is fast forward. It's surfing on a huge wave of permanent technological revolution, and in this world, countries will only succeed if they have a relentless drive for innovation. We're very much aware of that in the French government. Countries will succeed if they can build a resilient model based on serendipity and imagination. The French model, the French touch, so to speak, is singular to many observers. It's not centralized around something that is already omnipotent, an economic capital. It doesn't tear up the social fabric. It doesn't seek to build economic performance on the ruins of public service. It's not a country here where the private buses of a few successful businesses are stoned as symbols of inequalities. Yes, I'm becoming very political here because I think politics is business, and that vision of the digital industry is a basis for stability. Our model is built on a powerful and shared attractiveness across all the cities and all the territories of the country. I'm in charge of supervising the French tech, and I'm amazed to see all the initiatives that are taken by young people across the country to create innovative solutions for the digital economy. Our model, where success is combined with cooperation, where growth comes with trust, where digital inclusion, dissemination of practices, empowerment of citizens are factors of business performance. a model where digital is everywhere, for everyone, and made by everyone. In French, I would say le numérique partout, pour tous et par tous. It is a collective project for our country, founded on common values, the values of what we call here the Republic, liberté, égalité, fraternité. So I want France to become a digital republic. We talk of digital nations. Here it's a digital republic. But what is that? First of all, it's a country that helps people to fulfill their aspirations to create, to succeed, to conquer. Remember, the word entrepreneur is a French word, and our government is a solid partner for all entrepreneurs in our country, a partner for investment, for innovation, and for growth. The government created the Public Bank for Investment, the BPI, which now represents around 20% of the national investment capital each year. Another public body, will you say, well, when there's a huge financial crisis, that's very useful to replace private fundings. And it's also a source of strong credibility for risky investments. We also created a specific tax status for innovative SMEs and a dedicated financial vehicle to support those SMEs in their R&D expenditures. And that special tool is centered around the notion of innovation. Moreover, the entire chain of business financing has been strengthened to better work with the others. Pre-boot, initiation, development, transmission, innovation. That is why the banking sector takes its part, BP France takes its part, and the government also took its part. It chose to foster investments by major companies in innovative SMEs and the creation of new sources of capital. Let me give you 3 examples. From now on, investments made via a corporate venture can be spread over 5 years. That measure covers minority shareholdings in SMEs, even via mutual funds. France has also developed a market of private placements, more flexible for companies than what banking offers, and better suited to fast-growing companies. This mechanism works like Schuldschein in Germany or USPP in the United States. That's why we recently launched the Charter of Euro Private Placements, which embodies the collaboration between enterprises, banking and intermediaries, investors, and public authorities. Finally, with the recent legislation enabling crowdfunding platforms emerging, well, we're finding new sources of funding for small businesses. Crowdfunding platforms are expanding tools that offer a capacity of renewal of people's savings, a new form of proximity between citizens and companies and entrepreneurial projects, a bet on collective intelligence. Our proposed framework will protect investors while simplifying the steps of project promoters. And France wants to become the leader of crowdfunding in the world. As you can see, the government strongly acts to support our companies, to give them the means of their growth, their internationalization, and develop their capacity for innovation. In a word, to turn our country into the paradise of startups that Xavier Niel recently described, speaking about France. A digital republic, what is it also? It's a country that inspires the rest of the world, and France is historically a source of inspiration. And one has to remind oneself of that. From Impressionism to design, from Gustave Eiffel to Jean Nouvel, from the invention of cinema to the beginnings of animation, from the birth of photography to the rise of nanotechnology, France has always been a land of creativity, the breeding ground of a rich form of universality, a place to live and share again and again the adventure of modernity. French people have always expressed their spirit of innovation, creation, and invention, and emphasized that this movement is rooted in our own history. It is the French DNA. We've always tried to export our values and our culture, has always been enriched by others' gifts. And we need gifted people to create startups with an extraordinary destiny. Some of these people are French, not all of them. And as I told you, we do our best to create more of them. But most of them live abroad. And our goal is to bring them to France, to make them want to stay in our country when they have studied here. I'm a good example myself. I used to live abroad, and I came back to France. That's why we created a specific startup visa, a financial incentive, French tech ticket, or the welcome pack to bring them logistic support for their settlement here. Gifted people to create startups, but also gifted investors who know the digital economy, who get track records in that field, who want to become the new gold diggers in the French Yukon. We've got gold nuggets, help us turn them into billions. French investors, private and public, are waiting for you to invest together, to win together, and gain together new market shares. French startups, French developers, French engineers are ready to work with you to reach their time to market, to learn from your experience, to go forward in an international framework. Nowadays, the digital economy is the new frontier, but a frontier without borders or fences. The world we live in is open by nature, and I want you to know that France is an open country, a welcoming country, a business-friendly country. Never mind what some winners may write on their blog or their newspaper. Come, have a look, and you will understand. Come, and you will know. I will repeat this message at the end of the month in New York during the French-Dutch conference. It's also the message that the president himself will deliver, as he's done so in San Francisco last February during the drinks reception for international investors that is being held at the Élysée Palace tonight. So what is, again, a digital republic? Last but not least, it is a country where digital is like the air we breathe, a natural form of respiration for us. That's why I think that digital culture should be promoted from the earliest age. I personally spoke for the introduction of coding classes in primary schools. Code is a language just like any other foreign languages. As of today, this initiative, it seems, has become a reality. I support, and I will continue to support, all initiatives that go in this direction. Learning code, understanding code is a way to regain control of our own life, our own identity and destiny. Code is everywhere. It is everywhere at this very precise moment, but it is hidden. Code is law, to quote Mr. Lessing, but the knowledge of citizens, consumers, users remains patchy. The potential rewards are fascinating, however. Mastering technology rather than eating it interacting with the world, regaining control of our digital identity, understanding, and tomorrow maybe hacking politics, NGOs, the media, the economy. Let's all become hackers of our own destiny. I want French citizens to become the hackers of society, of companies, of policies, citizens that transform digital culture into a social and economic weapon, a passport for empowerment and success. From app consumers, French men and French women must become developers, creators, and thus reclaim design, production, and ultimately user experience. Dear friends, dear all, dear investors, even if I wasn't a good cheerleader, which actually I think I'm not really who wrote that speech, I gave you an A for aspiration, an I for inspiration, and an R for respiration, A-I-R for air, only to convince you that in France, digital is everywhere in the air, and that if you make the choice to settle, to grow, and to create in France, you'll be obviously floating on air. So welcome to Paris, welcome to France, welcome into this digital republic. Enjoy your stay. Thank you.